This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello, welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Thousands of Americans are starting their week cleaning up after a hurricane once again this week. Hurricane Nate struck the Gulf Coast late Saturday night as a Category 1 storm, the fourth hurricane to make landfall in the United States this year. Many people are worrying how FEMA and the Trump administration can keep up with the growing number of natural disasters. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more on FEMA's response.
Nate came in fast, slamming into the Gulf Coast as a Category 1 hurricane, making landfall twice, first in Louisiana, then a second time in Biloxi, Mississippi. Heavy rains and storm surge battered the coast, flooding many casinos in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Water still coming up.
Filling up parking lots with 5 feet of seawater. The cars left behind tossed like toys. Churning up a water spout off the coast of Alabama. Just as quickly as it hit, the storm moved on, traveling north and quickly downgrading to a tropical depression, but still bringing more rain and even destructive tornadoes in the Carolinas.
He got trapped under the roof, just overwhelming.
It's very scary. It was the hardest thing I've seen in my life.
Nate's only the latest in a string of destructive and deadly hurricanes to hit the U.S. this year. The administrator of FEMA saying the nonstop onslaught of rough weather has been a challenge.
Nearly 85% of my entire agency is deployed right now. We're still working massive issues in Harvey, Irma, as well as the issues in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, and now this one.
Some local officials are criticizing FEMA and the Trump administration for not doing enough, notably the mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico. But FEMA Administrator Brock Lawson doesn't seem fazed.
We filtered out the mayor a long time ago. We don't have time for the political noise.
Thankfully, scenes like this one are not that common along the Gulf Coast. The mayor here in Biloxi says his city survived because they prepared after Katrina and they prepared for Nate. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Biloxi, Mississippi.
Here at home, a temporary disaster recovery center is now open in Bradenton to help individuals and small businesses still recovering from Hurricane Irma. FEMA, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and state officials will all be hand on the center at the DeSoto Square Mall until tomorrow. They will be able to help you file out and fill out an application for assistance and update your status. And to help those who are struggling to put food on the table after the storm, a disaster food assistance program is being implemented in Sarasota and Manatee counties. To be eligible for this food assistance, you must have suffered a disaster-related loss, whether that be damage to your home or a loss of income, and you cannot be currently enrolled through a regular food assistance program. Officials will be on hand to help those living in Sarasota County apply for aid beginning next weekend. They'll be at the Westfield Sarasota Square Mall from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. October 13th through the 17th. And then they'll be on hand to help those in Manatee County at the DeSoto Square Mall from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. October 15th through the 17th. Good. Check on our weather now with meteorologist John Scalzi. First off, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
A relaxing week off?
Yes, indeed. It was nice.
Yeah.
Went up to see a little leaf change, and it was beautiful. And it was nice to have low humidity air as well.
I bet. Yeah.
I suppose that food assistance program relates to also to food loss due to power outages. I would think it's worth investigating that. It could be.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of people had issues there, lost their food, and it's a big expense to refill a refrigerator. Yeah. So for a lot of people it was tough. And a freezer. For us here, we're looking at, I think, again, another really warm day, not looking at much in the way of any kind of fall cooling off around here, not for another couple days anyway. And even then, I think mostly what we'll see is a reduction in our humidity. Started off with some pretty nice conditions, though they were a few clouds around. They were not really rain-producing clouds during daylight hours. We had some showers out in the Gulf waters, and we did have one passing shower over land early in the middle of the night. But other than that, things are pretty quiet across the region. It'll be a warm one. Once again, a little bit of cloud cover and a lot of sunshine, boosting our daytime high temperatures today. And with all the humidity around, we do have to factor in a slight chance of a shower today. And by slight, I mean about 30% chance. But the temperatures will be very warm. I think up pretty close to the 90-degree mark. And we'll have probably about a 30% chance of rainfall during the later afternoon, early evening hours. Then, as we head into the next several days, we do have some changes coming our way, and we will talk about those changes and what to expect in terms of our humidity. By the way, the feels-like temperature today, because of all that humidity around, probably crack 100 once again today. So very warm temperatures, but some changes we'll talk about in a second. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies investigating a shooting inside of a residence. This happened last night on Man-O-War Circle in Sarasota. Deputies say no one was hurt. Still, the residents were taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital for evaluation. Happening today, this is the last day you can register to vote in Venice's upcoming general election. Residents who still want to vote should head to one of these election offices in Venice or in Sarasota. You can register from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Venice's election is set for November 7th. Also happening today, Sarasota's popular 10th Street boat ramp is temporarily closing. Contractors are set to continue dredging the basin throughout the week to help the health of Sarasota Bay and maintain navigation for the busy waterway. All 6 boat ramps at 10th Street are set to reopen on Friday. Boaters, until then, are encouraged to use the next closest boat ramp, which would be at Ken Thompson Park for the time being. Well, this is Columbus Day across the country. That means a lot of government-run offices are closed today. Federal offices are closed. You won't be getting any mail today. Some banks are also closing, but not all of them, so call your bank ahead of time to see if they're open. And even though it is a federal holiday, schools are open in both Sarasota and Manatee counties. And Wall Street is open for business too. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now with an update. And it's been a quiet morning so far on Wall Street to start out the new week, Richard.
Scott, you're exactly right, and I think the Columbus Day holiday could have a lot to do with it. Most banks across the country are closed. The stock market is open, but it is not what's called a settlement day, which means, well, it's a technicality. But the bottom line is it's been a slow day. Remember, the market's been up for 4 weeks in a row. Not a bad way to go. And this morning, talk about a snooze. The biggest gain or loss for any of the 3 industries that we follow every day, 0.04%. Let's take a look at that wild action. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 9 points. There it is, 0.04%, 22,782.46. That on volume of 389 million shares. How about 3/100ths? That's the NASDAQ, up less than 3 points at 6,592.86. That on volume of 608 million shares. And another 3/100ths, that would be the S&P, down less than 1 point at 2,548.33. Well, if you've ever been frustrated standing in line at Walmart waiting to return something, I've got pretty good news. Effective on the 1st of November, Walmart is putting into place something they call Mobile Express Returns. What they claim is that you will be able to walk into your Walmart store and return whatever merchandise you'd care to in 30 seconds. Now, there is a little bit of a hitch. It's for merchandise that you bought through Walmart.com. They do think next year they'll be able to do it for their retail store also. You'll fill out a form at home on Walmart.com, bring the merchandise in, run it through the machine, and 30 seconds later, you will have your credit. Scott, I was amazed to see that with online orders, according to Walmart, 30% of those things that are ordered online are returned. In the store, purchases are only 9%. What a huge difference.
Well, I think we can figure out why, that's for sure.
Exactly.
And we'll see you again at 5 o'clock, Richard.
I will be here.
Awesome. We'll see you then. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, President Trump not giving up on his health care fight, a new rule that may affect women's birth control, and what you can do to help sleep better if you have insomnia or sleep apnea.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. It's going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, woke up this morning to some warm temperatures, and we're cranking right now at 87 degrees. Well on the way to a temperature of about 90, and with dew points still solidly in the 70s. We are looking at, feels like temperatures in over 100, 102, 104, something like that today. So it's a very warm feel, very warm, muggy feel to the air. A little bit of cloud cover, a lot of sunshine. And general southeasterly wind flow still continuing at about 5. That southerly wind flow helping to really just pump the moisture right up this way. And that continues on today, though I think we'll start to see a little bit more of an easterly twist tomorrow, and eventually maybe even a northeasterly twist that'll really help, I think, at least make the air feel a little bit more comfortable, even if it doesn't dramatically lower our temperatures. Now, you know, Sunday, I believe it is, would be normally the first day, climatologically speaking, that you would find a temperature below 60 degrees. And that is not happening. That is not even going to be close to happening, at least for the remainder of this week. Maybe in about 2 weeks, we might get a cold front through here that will start to really drop our temperature significantly. But right now, we've got a lot of places that are closing in on the 90-degree mark at this hour. 87 degrees Mayaca, Arcadia, 86 degrees Wauchula, 87 in Parrish, 87 in Bradenton, Sarasota, 86 in Venice, Northport, 85 degrees Boca Grande. Punta Gorda temperature missing right now. So not much in the way of any kind of rainfall currently, but certainly the moisture is there. The heat is there. If we can get a little bit of a wind boundary set up, a little bit of a surface banging together of winds coming at you from different directions, then we can get some showers going. And we're going to get that today in the form of a sea breeze. As the sea breeze moves in, it's going to kind of bump up against that little bit of an easterly bend to our southeasterly wind, and we'll start to see some showers pop up, a few. And we have some drier air that's trying to work its way in to reduce our rain chances, and it'll start working its way in tomorrow, but it really won't be full force for another couple of days. Nate, now a post-tropical system being absorbed by a low-pressure area and a frontal boundary, bringing rain showers to the northeast, down East Maine, central Atlantic, and even a few showers stretching down through areas around Atlanta and further to the south around Louisiana. And then back to the west, we had some snow showers in progress, maybe as much as a foot of snow. Now, that's in Pikes Peak, obviously, so some pretty cold temperatures at the top of Pikes Peak. But even down in some of the valleys, you could probably pick up a couple of inches of snowfall today in parts of Wyoming and Colorado. So kind of cool there. Certainly in areas around Denver, you might get some snow showers because of that kind of upslope motion of the air as it moves up the mountains. Could ring out a few snow showers there. So pretty nice stuff. When you see that, you know we're heading in the right direction. We're heading toward lower humidity and cooler winds. And as we see our temperature, as we see our winds start to twist around more to the northeast, kind of get a hope for a little bit of lower humidity as we head into the next several days. So warm and humid afternoon, Rain chances will be trending down as we get this little bit of a wind shift. We'll tell you why in the next half hour. And lower humidity in the days ahead, hopefully making the afternoons feel a little more comfortable. So watch for that wind to develop out of the west, close to the coast in the afternoon as the sea breeze forms and a few scattered showers. Put the rain chance at about 30%. Trend those rain chances down over the next several days and maybe lower the temperatures a few degrees as we head into late midweek. Scott?
We'll take it. All right, John, thank you. A new rule from the Trump administration means many women may no longer have access to free birth control through their employer's insurance. The new rules give employers more leeway to withhold birth control coverage on religious or moral grounds. But policy experts believe the new rules could open the door to many more employers dropping birth control coverage altogether. The National Women's Law Center says more than 55 million U.S. women have birth control coverage with no out-of-pocket cost. The center says that mandate saved women more than $1 billion on birth control pills alone in 2013. If you're tossing and turning every night, you may need to move more during the day. Researchers say they found a link between sleep quality and physical activity. More than 100 million Americans suffer from insomnia, but experts say exercise is a great way to beat sleep difficulties. Disturbed sleep can do more than just leave you groggy in the morning. It is a key risk factor for diseases and conditions like stroke, heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. Doctors recommend that everyone get at least 2.5 hours of aerobic exercise each week, along with strength or resistance training a couple of times a week at least. Chronic back pain can be debilitating, with many sufferers turning to surgery for relief. But some doctors say there could be another way. Kim Hutcherson explores how to relieve the pain without going under the knife.
Back pain is categorized as chronic when it lasts 3 months or longer. And while surgery may be necessary in some cases, doctors at Johns Hopkins say there are alternatives. Physical therapy can help with back pain. Patients learn better posture, gain flexibility, and core strength, all of which helps their condition improve. Yoga and meditation can help fight the emotional turmoil that comes from coping with chronic back pain. Mindfulness exercises can train your mind to not focus on the physical discomfort. Changes in your diet and other lifestyle modifications may also help relieve back pain. Other non-surgical options include massage and acupuncture, nerve ablations where nerves are destroyed to ease pain, and anti-inflammatory medications or muscle relaxants might help. Also, give up the smokes. Johns Hopkins says nicotine has been known to make pain worse and slow down the healing process. These tips may help you avoid surgery and the long recovery process. Remember to discuss any course of action with your doctor. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
All right, time to head over to the kitchen and say hello to ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Happy Monday and a belated happy birthday to you, Judy.
Well, thank you very much. And I have a little surprise for you today because I am making steak and I know that's one of your favorites. So you and John will be happy. But alongside of steak fajitas, more of an Asian style that I'm making, the main event is a spiralized beet and goat cheese salad with pistachios. We're going to use some white balsamic. I'm going to add some fresh fennel because the fennel is coming in right now really well. I like the fennel bulbs when they're thinner because they'll last a little longer and they're not as too intense in chewiness. So we're going to mix that all in with pistachio nuts, and actually the salad will be the center of the plate. Some beautiful sirloin. Boy, if you didn't go to the fresh market this weekend, you missed it. It was buy one, get one. So you better believe that we're having sirloin today. The sale already ended, but it's a great reason to log on to get the best coupons that you can anywhere you shop. So I'll be back in a few minutes to get cooking and a delicious meal.
Attention! If you had surgery to repair a hernia, listen closely. Ethicon has recalled its PhysioMesh flexible composite mesh after 2 studies showed higher rates of hernias reopening and additional surgeries compared to other meshes. This product may cause severe health problems, including pain, swelling, bowel obstructions, infections, mesh failure, hernia recurrence, and other health issues. If you or a loved one had hernia repair surgery in 2006 or later and suffered complications that required additional surgery, you may be entitled to compensation. Even if you're unsure if PhysioMesh or another brand was used in your surgery, you may still be eligible for compensation.
Call Sokolov Law now at 1-800-273-7215 for a free legal consultation. That's 1-800-273-7215. Again, that's 1-800-273-7215. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Get the lowest prices of the year during the Ram Power Days event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Don't just settle for what's available at a smaller lot. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab at rock bottom pricing. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
One of Apple's top designers says some people are misusing their iPhones. Johnny Ive helped kick off the smartphone era as we know it with the launch of the iPhone, but the company's chief design officer says he considers constant use to possibly be a misuse of the iPhone. Ives was asked if he personally checks his email constantly. He says he does not, but that's because of his new Apple Watch. General Motors revealing the hydrogen-powered self-driving Army truck over the weekend. The hydrogen fuel cells on it can store enough compressed hydrogen to drive 400 miles. It can be used as a flatbed truck with a driver, or a line of the trucks could carry cargo on its own. The truck will be displayed next week at an Army gathering. Cars may be getting safer, but American roads may be getting deadlier. That's according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The number of traffic fatalities in 2016 rose nearly 6% compared to the year before. The number of fatalities per mile driven also increased to its highest rate since 2008. Part of the problem is actually a growing economy. It's the combination of cheap gasoline and an improving job picture that has resulted in Americans driving more. The good news, the number of fatalities is still very near the record low fatal action rate, which was reached in 2014. And the NHTSA said it is well below the levels of even a decade ago. And Black Friday shopping has increasingly been moving into Thanksgiving Day, but last year the trend seemed to reverse. BestBlackFriday.com has a list of more than 75 retailers who will not be opening on the holiday. Among them, Home Depot, IKEA, Neiman Marcus, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls, as well as wholesale clubs, BJ's, and Costco. A recent online survey from the site found that 57% of people dislike the idea of those stores opening on Thanksgiving Day. A U.S. professor is named this year's winner of the Nobel Prize in Economics. Dr. Richard Thaler is an economist at the University of Chicago. His work shows how human traits affect both individual decisions and market outcomes. The Nobel Committee defining behavioral economics as a research field where insights from psychological research are applied to economic decision-making. All right, back to the kitchen now. It sure smells good already from Judy Gallagher. Hi, Judy.
Hi there. So I have the sirloin steak that's in the pan. We're going to sear that off. When you buy steak, especially if it's like a top sirloin, they're going to come in a variety of cuts, of thickness. So you want to get those thick ones in first because the thin ones are going to cook pretty quickly. But let's get to the main event. We're going to be making a very simple but very delicious beet salad. What I'm really excited about is that now Fresh Market's carrying the spiralized vegetables. Well, I make them at home all the time, beets are really a pain to do because they stain, so it tends to bleed on your counter. Let them do the work. Buy this. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix 1 part extra virgin olive oil to 3 parts white balsamic, okay? And then we'll just make sure, see where our flavor profile is. I like vinegar a lot, so I'm going to add a little more of that vinegar. This is going to be so simple, right? So we're going to take the spiralized beets and put them right into this start of the dressing. Season it with salt and pepper. Very simple, right? And then remember I mentioned that I picked up some fennel. You can do fennel if you want. If you don't like fennel, you could do some fresh spinach in it. Whatever really is your fancy. Now I'm going to add the goat cheese towards the end. What I do is right now my tube of goat cheese is in the freezer. Even though it was refrigerator, it's going to be easier to cut if it's been in the freezer just for about a half an hour. So let's give this a toss. Oh, this is going to be so good. I love beets, and especially you put in pistachio nuts, and whoa, you have me. A second thought on the recipe is to add some grated ginger, and that gives it that very light bite, especially because I'm using an Asian dressing for the steak fajitas when we come back. So you can always use that, and I'll show you what I'm using in a little bit. More pistachio nuts. Oh yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little of the organic baby spinach as well. Now this in itself, you could serve this as it is for a meatless Monday dish, or you can serve this maybe some shrimp or chicken in it. I love it just like this, especially once you get the goat cheese in. That's going to be great. Let's come over and talk about the seasoning. Steak, it's very simple. Leave on the counter for half an hour. Let it bring up to more of a room temperature. Use something like garlic salt or the Vicks garlic blend that I use, and pepper. And that's going to be it. Get it a good sear. Cook it to rare. It'll rest and come up to medium rare. So when I come back, we're going to gather all these great ingredients and make some great lettuce wraps and fajitas to serve with our beet salad. I'm getting hungry. I hope you are too.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Everybody can make something.
because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A war of angry words between the president and retiring Tennessee Republican Senator Bob Corker. ABC's Serena Marshall has more on the feud.
It was a presidential slam, not often said by the opposing party, let alone within party rank and file. Tennessee Senator Bob Corker in an interview with the New York Times, saying President Trump treats the office like a reality show and is so reckless the nation could be on the path to World War III. In several instances, he's hurt us as it relates to negotiations that were underway by tweeting things out, Corker said. The chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, who's not seeking re-election, candid in his rebuke of the president. It all began last week with this comment.
Secretary Mattis and Chief of Staff Kelly are those people that help separate our country from chaos.
Leading the president to punch back on Twitter, saying Corker begged me to endorse him for re-election. I said no, and he dropped out, said he could not win without my endorsement, adding he didn't have the guts to run. In the no-holds-barred Twitter war, Corker tweeting out, "It's a shame the White House has become an adult daycare center. Someone obviously missed their shift this morning." Just last year, Corker campaigned for the president.
I wasn't going to say anything. I just came to visit.
But overnight in that New York Times interview, a frank admission, saying, "I know for a fact that every single day at the White House, it's a situation of trying to contain him." Senator Corker says he's not alone. Nearly every Republican in the Senate shares his concerns about the president. And the feud comes at a time when his vote could be critical not just to tax reform, but deciding the fate of the Iran nuclear deal. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Key West officials have a mystery on their hands. They want to know who took the sign that welcomed visitors to Paradise, USA. Residents say the last time they saw the Welcome to Key West sign, it was on the ground after it was presumably knocked down by Hurricane Irma. It was an $8,000 gift from local Rotary Club, whose members just want the sign back, no questions asked. For now, a hand-painted sign marks the spot at the busy intersection reading, "Welcome to Paradise." A Soviet-era buoy washed up on Dania Beach after Irma swept through. Local officials believe it likely came from Cuba. The buoy weighs 1,200 pounds with Russian writing that translates to Hydrometrical Service of USSR. The Soviet Union had close ties with Cuba during the Cold War. Officials say it belongs to the state now because it was found on a Florida beach. It's been out there a while, we assume. Soviet Union's been gone a while.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll end up in a museum or on eBay. We'll see.
Yeah.
Some kind of changing weather now over the last couple of hours. We've noticed on some of the tower cams that we have around, the nature of the clouds has changed just a little bit. Some mid-level clouds to start off the morning with some peaks at the sun from time to time, but watch as we develop a few more cumulus clouds as the tower cam goes into motion. That is an indication that we are starting to see the heat beginning to act on the atmosphere, and we're starting to get some thermals begin to build. With those thermals will come a few scattered showers that'll be around during the afternoon hours. A few of them, not many, but about a 30% chance that you might see a few of those showers. As we head into the afternoon, the sunshine will also start to heat things up, and a sea breeze will begin to form. That'll keep the coast a little bit cooler and help to be the kicker mechanism for a few of these showers as well. That and the humidity and the heat all combining together. And that brings us to a daytime high that'll be kind of warm for this time of year, coming in around the 90-degree mark. You factor in that humidity, and I think you'll probably see a feels-like temperature up close to over 100, maybe 100 to 103. Bear in mind now that this Sunday would normally be the first day that we'd see a nighttime temperature below 60, and we're not likely to see that. Nighttime temperatures are usually the first that get a little bit chilly in the fall season, and then daytime temperatures lag behind and follow just a little bit. But certainly anything but fall-like for the next couple of days around here, more like summer. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. The family of a Florida woman who disappeared decades ago has received some long-awaited news. Tampa police matched the DNA of two sisters to a jawbone discovered in 1986. That jawbone was that of Brenda Williams, a young mother of two who went missing during the 1970s. The Williams family has searched for Brenda for decades, hoping she'd just walked away and started a new life somewhere. The family still doesn't know how she died. Police continue to investigate. Florida man is charged with sexually assaulting a 2-year-old child in a fast food restaurant bathroom. Orlando police escorting 35-year-old David Gray on Friday near a Chick-fil-A where the assault allegedly took place. Police say a witness saw the child's reflection with Gray in a bathroom stall and called for help when Gray, in a motorized wheelchair, pulled out a stun gun and tried to keep him from leaving the bathroom. Gray now faces charges of sexual battery in a child, lewd and lascivious battery and molestation, and child abuse. A woman is out of jail on bond after leaving her 3-year-old alone in a car in Orlando. Deputies say Rachel Etanine left the child in the vehicle for more than 20 minutes without the engine running. She was found by a correction officer who just happened to be making rounds on the property around noon. Authorities say the temperature at the time was 91 degrees. The child was okay, but was sweating heavily. The Department of Children and Families placed the child in the care of another family member. It will be a smoky start to the week in California's Napa County. Crews there are battling numerous fires in wine country. One fire spread to more than 200 acres. Mandatory evacuations are in place for 3 counties as those flames are wind-driven through that area. Back to the kitchen now and see how our delicious lunch is coming along with Judy Gallagher. Judy?
Dare I tell you, Scott, I had a few bites of steak, but there's plenty for all of us since I got to buy one, get one. So we've done this spiralized beet salad. It is so delicious, and I have just decided that will be the salad course on my Thanksgiving table this year. Now let's get into the steak fajitas. You can do it 2 different ways. If I'm going to have the flour tortilla, I'm going to get a lower calorie, low carb one. So this is low in carbs. It's only 60 calories, which I like, and this is the garden veggie variety. So let's start with one of these, and then we can just simply turn it into a lettuce wrap. If you're going to do a lettuce wrap, then you want to use that Boston Bib lettuce, sometimes known as butter lettuce. I have some hot house cucumbers, and I can just lay those right in there. And I found some spiralized butternut squash, a great way to get your veggies. This is pretty, you know, squash has that natural sweetness. If you just add that into your fajita wraps with children, trust me, they're going to eat it. They're not going to know. They're going to think it's fun, and it looks like cheese. So that's good for them. Now, we'll do a little yellow pepper, and then we'll get ready with the meat, and then let's talk about the dressing. Because, you know, nowadays we're looking for a lot of things that don't have sugar in them. I very seldom buy a dressing. I usually make my own marinades and dressings, but it's nice for all of us that are really busy to have something that's going to be great as a marinade dressing. And this particular one from the Fresh Market, it's Cindy's Kitchen brand. It's scallion and ginger. It's not too spicy, and you just want to do a little drizzle over that steak. I'm going to turn the plate a little bit and show you that. And what I'm going to do is just kind of leave it open faced so you can see that. And again, notice I put the drizzle of the dressing on the top because obviously we don't want it to get too soggy. So I let the steak rest, and as you can see, yep, it really worked. It really worked. It's a nice medium rare. I pulled it off when it was rare, and now we're ready to go. So slice that up there. Steak can go on top. It doesn't make a difference. The big deal is to make sure you don't put the dressing on until the end. So we'll get some more Bib lettuce, and then I'm going to make myself a few just with the lettuce without the low-cal fajita wrap. But there we go. And where's my dressing? Here it is. And now we have the perfect lunch or dinner, especially in this hot weather. It's going to be lighter and really delicious, along with our great beet salad. We're almost time to tuck in, so come on back and we'll let Scalzi take a bite. And Scott, I've saved you your own plate.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, we take a look at a temperature that comes in at 87 and a dew point that comes in at 73, and it's hard to believe it's fall. But certainly it'll be a warm afternoon, and we'll have a few clouds that'll actually build into producing a few scattered showers around as well. Winds are out of the southeast at about 5. As long as we have that southerly wind, it's going to be humid around here. What we need to do is to get that wind back up toward the north a little bit. With that will come some slightly drier, less humid air, and it'll feel a little more comfortable around here. That'll come. It's a few days away. Right now, we don't have much in the way of any kind of rainfall around, a little false echo at the radar site, but other than that, the showers are really out in the Gulf waters. We're waiting for the sea breeze to build and that southeast wind switch a little bit more westerly. That'll happen in the next couple hours, and as we see that occur, I think late in the day, late in the afternoon, we'll probably see a few scattered showers begin to build in mostly inland areas. So across the nation right now, we have a lot of rain falling along the eastern seaboard, stretching down into the deep south. And we also have a low pressure area producing perhaps the potential for some severe weather, but certainly some snow showers in higher elevations, particularly around Denver and areas to the north more spotty, but around Denver, that's where the heaviest snow will be today. High pressure brings us that northeasterly wind eventually, but it'll take a couple of days for that to occur. Once we establish that northeast wind, we have some drier air out here in the Atlantic that'll gradually be brought down in this direction. A warm and a humid afternoon with feels like temperatures up around 103, 104, somewhere in there. And rain chances, while we have them today, they will be trending down over the next several days as that drier air moves in. And lower humidity in the days ahead as the drier air aloft tends to make its way down toward the surface. Now, this is our water vapor imagery, and it shows where the moisture is and where it is not, the tan color, the drier air, and it's trying to work its way in. There's still more out in the Atlantic, and that'll gradually, especially as the winds begin to shift, be pushed a little bit closer to us, and I think what we'll notice is some drier weather ahead. Nate, now a post-tropical system. Hurricane Center no longer issuing any advisories on it. The wind speeds are down too low. The the organization of the system is not tropical in nature. It's been absorbed by a frontal boundary to the north, but it will still produce another couple inches of rainfall. Ophelia, a newly named tropical system, started off as just a little tropical depression this morning. It has organized further into a tropical storm, 40-mile-an-hour winds. The good news is this system is of no bother to anyone, really. All it's going to do is meander out here in the far Atlantic and eventually, even by Saturday, just kind of move off to the southeast and then eventually maybe to the northeast, heading on a track that eventually in a direction towards Spain, but otherwise it's not going to bother anyone. It stays well away from any land masses. So good news there. A southeast wind shifting to the west this afternoon with that sea breeze at about 5 to 10. Nice boating weather. Light chop, 2 to 3 foot seas. Don't think we'll see much in the way of any kind of rain showers out in Gulf waters for the remainder of the afternoon. Maybe a spotty patch of drizzle, that's about it. 30% chance of showers. And then as we head into the next several days, rain chances go down. I think toward the end of the week, we'll be left with some pretty nice conditions, slightly cooler temperatures. I think noticeably less humid, and that'll be the nice thing, but still warmer than we would probably like to see at this time of year. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. The United States and Turkey have mutually suspended visa services between the two countries. This means, with few exceptions, Americans are indefinitely blocked from traveling to Turkey and vice versa. The decision comes a week after a U.S. consulate worker was arrested in Istanbul over alleged links to the man Turkey blames for last year's coup attempt. The Venezuelan president is accusing President Trump of assigning himself to be the leader of the Venezuelan opposition. Nicolas Maduro made the comments during his show called Sundays with Maduro. He said President Trump had a fatal obsession with him, and he says he's thankful to be the subject of his criticism. President Trump has yet to make a comment. Iran is saying that it would be a strategic mistake if the U.S. imposed new sanctions on Tehran. A spokesperson from the Iranian Foreign Ministry saying if such a decision was taken, it would be followed by a crushing response from Iran. It's expected President Trump will decertify the nuclear accord that Tehran signed with major powers back in 2015 and could impose additional sanctions on Iran, including designating its Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. Actress Angelina Jolie is revealing international officials emailed her asking her to act as bait in a plan to take down a brutal African warlord. ABC's Gio Benitez has more.
Straight out of one of her spy movies.
My name is Evelyn Salt.
Then you are a Russian spy.
Megastar Angelina Jolie reportedly part of a plan to take down infamous African warlord Joseph Kony.
Kony is the first guy indicted by the SEC.
European media outlets detailing emails reportedly showing a proposed collaboration between the actress and the International Criminal Court, with Jolie apparently willing to act as human bait. The chief prosecutor at the court, Luis Moreno Ocampo, writing in a 2012 email, she has the idea to invite Kony to dinner and then arrest him. In another message telling the star herself, apparently you can be embedded with the special forces that are chasing Kony. Can Brad go with you? As in her then husband, Brad Pitt. Jolie reportedly replying, Brad is being supportive. Let's discuss logistics. Much love. Joseph Kony, the brutal rebel leader with a $5 million bounty on his head.
The perversity of Kony's crimes made him first on the court's list.
Accused of abducting hundreds of children to make them child soldiers and sex slaves.
He's recently changed his tactics, making it even more difficult to capture him.
The subject of the viral film Kony 2012. Jolie telling Nightline in 2010 she'd want to take Kony down.
If I had my chance, there are a few bad people out there that if I was left alone in a room with, I'd be tempted. Joseph Kony.
That's interesting.
I hate him.
Gio Benitez reporting there. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a Girl Scouts event that brought families together over the weekend right here on the Suncoast. We'll take you there right after this.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. for a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Oh my, I don't want to talk. You talk. I want to eat. This smells so good.
I'm telling you, I'm the most popular person in the building when I'm making steak.
I'll tell you
today
what.
would be the day.
Yep.
Delicious sirloin.
Wow.
Right from the fresh market. A nice steak fajita with an Asian-style wrap. We have the spinach. We have the butternut squash spiralized. So, and like I said, kids think it's cheese, so they'll eat it. I know you probably can't talk with your mouth full. This is my favorite part, is let the salad be the big star. Fennel, spiralized beet, pistachio nuts, and a white balsamic vinaigrette. You can get this recipe by logging on to www.mysuncoast.com and click on the videos, the recipes, the pairings. Check out our restaurant page. You find out who's serving Thanksgiving dinner and who's having wine dinners and so much more.
Delicious, and you've made it up in a few different ways as well.
That's right. If you're watching your weight,
there you go.
Low cal, even
me?
lower cal.
Judy, delicious. On our
Thank
website,
you.
as Judy just mentioned, fantastic. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Scott.
And
We
happy
saved you
birthday,
some.
too, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Scott?
Okay, thank you both. Dove is apologizing after complaints about an ad it released over the weekend. At the beginning of it showed a black woman taking off a brown shirt to reveal a white woman. Screenshots of the ad went viral online with many complaints. The company tweeting an apology saying it had missed the mark in representing women of color thoughtfully. This isn't the first time Dove has drawn fire for a campaign. Back in 2011, an ad that featured 3 women with different skin tones from light to dark was accused of being racist. The women appeared below the words before and after, which were meant to indicate skin dryness. Vice President Pence's brief trip to an NFL game Sunday likely cost nearly $243,000. That's just an estimate of the air costs. Does not include advanced personnel, Secret Service, or support on the ground. Vice President flew from Las Vegas to Indiana to attend Sunday's game between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. But he left abruptly because some of the players knelt during the national anthem. Pence tweeting he did not want to dignify the protest. President Trump said he asked Pence to leave the game if there was a demonstration and tweeted that he was proud of him for doing so. It appears Pence had planned his premature exit in advance. Journalists traveling with the vice president were told there may be an early departure from the game. Actress Meryl Streep is speaking out on a disgraced film executive, Harvey Weinstein. He was fired from his namesake film company over the weekend after the New York Times published allegations he sexually harassed women for 30 years. In a statement to the Huffington Post, Streep said she was appalled by the allegations. She also praised what she called the intrepid women who spoke to the New York Times about the alleged abuse. More than 100 Girl Scouts, along with one of their family members, got a little bit of bonding time over the weekend. The Scouts and their role models grabbing a brush and a whole lot of paint.
Today is a fun day because I'm learning how to paint and I'm learning more things about Girl Scouts.
I get to enjoy with my friends that are Girl Scouts.
The activity giving the girls a chance to work together with their family and work on their leadership skills, along with some artistic talents as well. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Really cool.
Some
I
talent.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice
Gives them
paintings.
confidence. I like it.
Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Have a great day ahead. We hope to see you again at 5 o'clock.